What up, man? Good evening. It's your boy Sayso. D Jones, I don't know where he at, but he ain't here, but it's just me. And I got the director and leading lady, Miss Melan Perez. Did I say that right?
It's Melan, but that's okay.
Melan Perez from the movie Gaslight. Let's give them a round of applause. All right. How y'all doing?
Doing good, man. How you?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. First of all, I want to say great job. Amazing job.
Oh,
awesome.
You.
I enjoyed the movie from the beginning to the end. I wasn't expecting to watch it. My partner who did the review on it, he was like, hey, we doing this one next? I was like, is it on Tubi? He said, nah, it's on Amazon. I was like, bro, I ain't got Amazon. So I apologize. I bootlegged your movie and I had to watch it.
Okay.
I watched
it.
I'm sorry. I had Amazon. I'm cheap. But yeah, I enjoyed the whole plot, man, the whole everything about it. Now, Mr. Harold, just tell me, what made you come up with this suspenseful, very well-related movie?
Yeah. Thank you for having us on, man.
No problem.
Very much appreciated. I think I was at that stage in my career where I wanted to see if I could. I knew I could do it, but you know, I tell people all the time, you're not something until you do it, until you are something. You know, so I wanted to do something that was a little more traditional, a little more that leans a little bit more towards the studio, but I also wanted to put my little spin on it. So it was one of those things where I wanted to see if I could package a film in a way that people can relate to and that they're used to, but also something new and different at the same time. So that was sort of the idea behind it was how do I, because up to that point I had been very indie and my films were very indie and I kind of do what I want to do and I like it that way. But I wanted to see how it feels to get inside the pocket a little bit and see what's going on.
Okay. I get it. What you say, man, you did a great job, man, even though, like I said, I saw you at the bootleg, but it was...
You owe me $350, man.
I got you. I'm going to pay you after we done, man.
Yeah, right. I got you.
Miss Melan Perez, you played the leading lady, Brooke.
Yes.
All right. Now tell me, how did you tap into so many personalities in this film? From just get into that for a second, because I got a few questions I want to ask both of you guys, but just get into that. Like, how you were able to tap into so many different moods and characters in this whole movie?
Yeah. So first, I'd like to also say thanks so much for having us.
No problem.
And and I don't think it was so many different personalities. I think we have different facets.
Right.
One person has a lot of facets,
there you go.
Yeah. So I think just through life experiences, a mix of life experiences, different acting techniques, and just having a really, really great cast and crew surrounding me. The role was, you definitely, it was a little dark and you had to go to deep places, and just sometimes we would do a scene. Yeah, sometimes we do a scene and I would end up breaking down after the scene, but I just had this such a strong team around me. I mean, I had makeup artists that would I'd go in a room to cry somewhere and they'd be next, behind me, rubbing my back, yeah, hey, let it out,
Right.
So I think just being able to be on a set where you feel extremely safe and you can allow yourself to be vulnerable. I mean, I've been on sets that aren't that comfortable and I still have to go there, but there's definitely a difference having such a supportive team and just life experience, man, pulling from that and different friends and what they've gone through and what they'll accept and what I won't, or what my younger self accepted and what she no longer accepts. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I totally get it. I'm a film director myself. So as me just viewing this movie from a director standpoint, because my co-partner, he's the critique. Y'all saw, he did an excellent job of critiquing your movie. He does that every week. He did a great job. Mr. Harold, how was the casting process during this film? Did Melan get the part? You chose her, or did she have to go through a casting audition, and as well as the other characters who played it? Because I know you had Kyle from in Living Single. You had him on there. You had Laura
Carson.
bang Galvo at the beginning of the movie, and I thought I was gonna see her again, but I didn't. I was upset at that. So
Yeah.
how was that?
Actually, early on we had some relationships with some people, which was very helpful, and a lot of the actors I knew who I wanted, like Terrell Hicks Dawson, and Brave Williams. Those were actors that I kind of knew who I wanted, and T.C. Carson is also one of the really good actors that I appreciated, and was a pleasure to have him on board. But for a while, the film was gonna go, then it wasn't gonna go, and it was off and on, and we were gonna do it, then we weren't gonna do it.
Was this pre-COVID or after COVID?
This was after COVID. This was 21, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mid 21, March 21, something like that.
Yeah.
So we were still masked up and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
I got you.
But the film was gonna go, and then it wasn't gonna go, and then finally we were like, all right, it's greenlit, we're in it, we're on it, let's do this. And then we were like, well, we don't have a lead. You know what I'm saying? We don't got Brooke. So I started sort of going through my mental Rolodex of all the actors that I knew who could pull it off, or who I had faith in to be able to pull it off. And it was kind of when I really sort of sat down, it was a no-brainer to call Melan. And I called her, and correct me if I'm wrong, up to this point, Melan, she hadn't actually carried a film to like at this level. Is that fair to say or no?
She carried it. She carried it at a level that's more than I seen. Like she carried the shit out of this movie.
Thank you.
Right.
And it'd been a while since I did a feature this deep. Yeah, this was definitely like the deepest outside of stage. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was one of those things where, it was like, I got the perfect actor, Melan, and the initial thing was, has she done this before? And I was like, don't even worry about it, we'll get her there. And sure enough, she came on, and to her credit, we got the final, green light on this whole thing about 2 weeks before shooting. So she had about 2 weeks to prepare to carry an entire feature. So it was
go ahead, Melan.
Yeah. So God bless her for taking the challenge, and I think it all worked out.
How long was the filming process?
I think it took us about 12 days ish. Does that sound right, Melan?
Yeah, around 12.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Location? Where y'all filmed it
at? In and around Washington D.C. So a lot of Washington D.C. A lot of Maryland, Prince George's County. Shout out to the Prince George's County Film Office for being gracious and helping us with that process as well. And I think we shot one. I think the rooftop scene was actually in Northern Virginia. I think that was in Arlington. Okay. So if you're from this area, you know about the DMV. So we shot it essentially all over the DMV.
Well, that's good, man. Like 12 days. That's great for a project like that, because I seen certain films that take like 6 to 8 months and they get it done. So like you had it down packed, like day 1, day 2. Just get it.
Yeah. We on it, man. We got things to do, man.
I get it. That's how I like to film. Like I filmed my movie in a day and a half. Like people like a day and a half. I'd be like, yeah, I filmed it in a day and a half. Like, you serious? I'd be like, yeah. Once I know how I want to film it, I move. Now this I want to ask you. My friend was having a debate about this. The woman who played Kendra, is that Keisha from Belly?
That is.
I knew it.
Her name is Terrell Hicks Dawson. That's Keisha from Belly. She was also in Bronx Tale, and she's been in a lot of movies since then. But yeah, man, she's a legend, man.
I knew it. And he was going back and forth. I'm sorry, what you said, Melan? I'm sorry.
I said she's super, super sweet, a real sweetheart.
I loved her character in the movie. She had our friend back. She had Joe back. Oh my God.
To the end.
Wake up.
I was kind of upset. Like I said, this podcast, Directing the Critic, from a director standpoint, I figured it out. But at the end, I didn't figure it out. And I was like, oh, this what happened. Because when she went downstairs and your husband came, I was like, whoa. I was like, you fucking with somebody. I was like, you fucking with somebody. I was like, you gotta be fucking with somebody. And then when she came to the get together, and I was like, ain't that her psychiatrist? I'm like, okay. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. All right, I get it. So like when you put all these people in the room together, like Melan, how was the chemistry with you and all these great people you was casted with? Like, was it like any awkward moments, or was it like all just fun and just everybody flowed together? It was all great. How was that?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like no awkward moments. Everybody was just phenomenal to work with. Really good people, down to earth, funny. Nobody was, a diva. So it was good, and actually made some really long-term friendships from that film, quite a few. So I loved it. Just really supportive.
That's good. That's good. Now, as for not to go jump forward to the end, but that action scene, Mr. Harrell, hats off to you. I love how you directed it from your lens, like your eyes on the whole fighting scene. That's like, it was even like with the gunshot scene, just showing them shooting and like not showing them falling. Like, I love that with movies. Some people try to overdo it and try to like add like a fake blood splash or fake blood. Like, I love that. Like, that's why I say this movie was so well put together. So that's like, did you have to like have somebody train you for these action scenes, or was it like one take thing and just like y'all do y'all thing, or did y'all have to like have stunt doubles, or how did it work? Because I have questions.
You got questions. Melan, you want to go ahead and jump in or what?
Go ahead. Whoever want to take the floor.
We practiced safely for one day. The only time someone got hurt was when they didn't listen to directions, which was me.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
He was
that's the way I remember it too. Yeah.
Harold was like at 30%, and I'm like practicing at 100%. But no, everything was safe. It was like a dance, you just learned each step. Everything was already, Harold already had the steps laid out. Me and Brave went through it, and it was pretty smooth sailing. It was good. It was awesome. It was my first action scene, so it's cool.
That's cool, man. It's cool. And like, Mr. Harrell, I want to ask you this: like, when she stabbed Brave, like, how do y'all do that? Like, what's the?
It's a retractable knife. So if you see it, the knife will go inside of the handle. Mm-hmm. So it looks like it's going inside of the person, but it's really going inside of the handle. So it's a retractable knife. And then when she pulls it out, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert segment. When she pulls it out, it comes out of the handle, so it looks like it's coming out of her. So it's just a retractable knife to use.
All right. Now, Melan's husband, his name was, I want to say it wrong, Matthias.
Yeah, Matthias.
Yeah. Like when you wrote that character, did you want him to be like a 50-year-old R&B singer that didn't make it, or was it like, or was it like would you like, that's what it is, like, because like using that woman for her dad's money, I was like, that's not cool at all.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Benson Green. If you find him online, follow Benson Green. He's a really good actor.
Shout out to Benson Green. He did a great job.
Good job. Yeah. No, I think in my mind initially when they got together, there was a lot of love there. I think they really did love each other early on. Mm-hmm. But I think time passed, and I try to write characters with a little bit of ambiguity so that the actors can find something in there without being told what to do at every single turn. Right. I find that it creates a dialogue between me and the actor, and then from there, we sort of both engage in the character. And I'm a big actors. I'm a fan of actors, so I really try to give them some room to just do their thing and do what they're good at. So I think initially in their relationship, there was a lot of love there, but time changed, and between them two, I think they drifted off in certain directions. And the Brooke character has been fairly successful all her life. She comes from money. Right. The Matthias character, I don't think he did come from money.
He came for her.
Yeah. So I think at I think he just saw that when unfortunately when her father died, I don't think him and her father got along really well anyway. So when he died, I mean, all he could see was dollar signs, and it just some people they can't help themselves, man. And I think he was one of those guys.
Right. I like how like he was just so adamant about how much money she got when her pops died, man. When he showed the guy was like, you got all excited.
Yeah, he got excited, man.
Like,
He was like,
that much?
he saw dollar signs, baby. He was ready to go.
I'm about to start the best R&B album in the history.
Right.
It's about to be lit.
All types of equipment. Like what?
Yeah, like I like. It's like when you tapped in Melan, when you tapped into that character of like being naive, of him just buying, going in your bank account, taking all this money, and just being like men. That's what I loved about the writing. Men love to throw things at you to manipulate you and make you seem like you're wrong. I do it. I'm married. I do it all the time. So,
all right.
I admit it. I just love.
I'm not claiming that.
I just loved how you did that. And like you were so naive about it. Was like, do you want to stop the count? Do you want to freeze? And you was like, no. And I'm looking at the camera like, you can't be that stupid. He's taking the money. He's taking the. And I like I said with the Natasha's her name. She Brave played Natasha, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like her character, like she creeped me out from the beginning. When I first saw her, when I saw the trailer, I was like, she's scaring me. She scared me. She scared me. And like she tapped into that psychopathic woman psychiatrist. I'm gonna kill you, you gonna love me. She did an amazing job as well. And like I wish she was here and so I could have asked her how crazy did she like she did it before. Like it like them light-skinned women crazy. No, not the
there you go. I didn't say that. That wasn't me.
Them yellow women, you know.
That wasn't me. I didn't say it.
Like don't agree.
she bought that role. Like with her playing that character, did she make your character come to life, or did she like go beyond expectations with that character? Mr. Harrow,
that's to me.
I'm asking Mr. Harrow about Natasha.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
No, I knew Brave could do it. I think up to that point, she was doing a certain type of character, so I think it was refreshing to her to be able to stretch herself and go somewhere else. And I knew she could do it, so I wasn't really. I was surprised at how well she pulled it off, but I wasn't surprised that she pulled it off. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I get it.
And to your,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, just to your question in the beginning about, because I think you put two questions like in one, but want to get that answer in. I don't really think that Brooke was naive. I think that she was in a very dark place. She had just lost her father. And now having to look at like divorcing your husband, it's all
too much. Too much.
Yeah, not everything is black and white, like sometimes you have to really look at the picture, and it's like, she knows that he's the only one that has access to the account and that he's using it. But like, do I really want to confront that situation? Like, I just lost my dad. I'm just trying to like woosah and hold on to, I don't know if you've ever lost someone, but when you lose someone, you don't want to adjust the current things in your life because somehow they have memories with those people that you lost. So you're just trying to hold on to everything that seems normal. So right. I think she was just trying to hold on to that. And it got to a point where, come on, man, you got a woman in the house trying to shoot me up. Like, it's just, it ain't gonna work. I'm not trying to join dad that early. So
right. Give me some time. Give me some time to figure it out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Was it Jacob? The ex guy who liked you? I'm trying to remember his name.
Trevor. Trevor. Yeah.
Harold, like, what made you put him into like, semi beginning to semi end? Like, I understood his part, but you thought he was like, he made a difference in the movie he was in or not? Like, from a director standpoint? I'm just asking the question. Like,
yeah, definitely. Definitely. Shout out to Rob Gordon, who's the actor who plays Trevor. He's
Shout out to Rob.
yeah, he's a good young actor and a stand-up comedian, and but he does make a difference because story-wise, you know, that's the only insight through him that we get into Brooke's life before Matthias, right? Up until that point, she only exists with Matthias, and to see that there was a time in her life when the sky was the limit and things were great and none of this drama existed, and she had her own goals that weren't sort of surrounded or hijacked by what Matthias needed or wanted or anything like that. To know that she was her own person outside of this was, I think, is very important for the character, because if you don't really talk about that, then she becomes Matthias's wife, or she becomes a wife, or a, you know, a something similar. But to open up different facets, and it makes her more human and more relatable. I think we all, you know, the good thing is we all have been in love. We've all got our heart broken. We've all thought that this particular person was gonna take us to a place or be something that they ended up not being. And we all got a past that was, you know, when you look back on it, it was a really great time, but maybe that time has passed, or maybe you want to rekindle it. I don't know. Right. So it's important to have see a side of her that's not existing in the movie, because that helps round her out as a human being.
Right. Okay. Clarify for me. Gotcha. All right, Melan. All right, like I said, your character was great. You did a great job. As far as, even though I know this script, this is from a fan standpoint. Would you really let and this is a question for both of y'all, can answer if you want. Would you let your psychiatrist interfere with your friendship in real life? Would you let that happen?
No. And I think that if there is a psychiatrist out there like that, they're not doing their job correctly. Because your job as a psychologist is, you know, to help someone like organize their thoughts, or really to ask them questions where they end up answering their own questions, right? Yeah. So I think any therapist who's saying like, for sure, do this, like, you're not really doing your job right.
Let me take my therapy hat off for a second. I'm gonna let you know something right now. Your friend, you know, I better check her, because, you know.
Right. Right. And seriously, like, for anybody out there who is looking to get into therapy, it's, you know, it is like, you got to shop for them. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you meet your first therapist and it's like, we're not really, like, you know, you're just not feeling it, and you just keep shopping around until you find someone that you feel like you can be comfortable to let it all out, and you like their responses, you know.
I love like the facial expressions on certain characters. Like when they brought Brave to the get together, and he asked his friend, he was like, "You hitting that, bro?" He was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "I said, yeah." I said, "You fucking with it?" He was like, "Nah, I ain't hitting yet." He was like, "Oh, all right." I was like, "Oh shit!" Right. I kind of figured it out. I was like, and then it kind of threw me off afterwards. I was like, maybe he not. And I was like, "Yeah, he is. He definitely is." And like. Like I said, the movie was all around great, man. I give it a 9 out of 10, and I wish more people could see it, and I want more people to see it, because like we review a lot of movies, and ain't too many movies structured in cinematic, and then you say you shot it in 12 days, and that's amazing. And like to look the way it did, and to be formatted the way it was, the cast was dope. Everybody did a great job. It kept me interested. I love the movie, Mr. Harrell and Melan. Y'all did a great job, and I love the movie. And like, for me watching the movie, this is from a critic standpoint, like me watching it with my wife, it's triggering to some women who had stuff like that they dealt with. It makes it awkward for men like me who's watching it, and they'd be like, like, y'all men ain't shit. Y'all want to use the women, take their money, but it's cool though, because certain women need to see that, and men need to see that. Like, when you got something good, you shouldn't, you know, mess around with the this and that. And another good thing you tapped into, women are manipulative. Not discrediting women, but women are manipulative.
Hey,
They're manipulative as hell. So, Mr. Harrell, like, Just you writing this, man. Does it have any like type of any personal experience from you to even write this in the movie? Because like this is some real shit though. Like anything personal like that happened with you for you to like?
Nah. It's not necessarily it's what I think I was talking about this earlier, where we all know what it feels like to be in certain situations. You know what I mean? Like we know what it feels like to have a friend or somebody sort of play you or betray you, whatever way you want to phrase it. You know what I mean? So it's really just sort of, touching and sort of reaching into feelings maybe is more important than experiences. So like I know what those feelings, I know what that feels like. It didn't necessarily happen that way to me, or it didn't play out that particular way, but I know what it feels like to have someone try to get in the middle of a friendship, or have someone try to make you feel like you did something wrong when they're the ones who tried to play you. So not necessarily events, but definitely any screenwriter will tell you that you kind of write what you know, even if it's not what it seems like,
Right.
So it's really more of a feeling sort of connection, not necessarily an actual events kind of thing.
Okay, I get it. Yeah. And that makes sense because like certain, like I said, it's triggering for certain people.
And Brave happens to be light skinned. I did not cast her as the crazy woman because she is light skinned. Okay.
You brought it up again. Let's put
that on the tape. Don't edit that part out. Don't put that on the tape.
I was gonna let it go. I was like, I shouldn't have said that either. Like, get them yellow women crew.
Oh my goodness.
But it is, what I'm saying? Like we have fun on this. Like we love to like just discuss the ins and outs of the movies. Like were there any like just say off the wall moments that improbable from you, Melan? Like, did you feel like the character, you read the script and then like you said, okay, you know what, I'm gonna switch this. I'm a cry more, or I'm a scream more, or I'm gonna go crazy more. When you tapped into that, did you like go off script and just improv with your character on certain scenes?
I did a little bit of improv, but for the most part, wanted to stick to the script. Yeah, this was my first time. Well, not my first time working with Harold, but on a larger scale. So I just wanted to like stick to his script and, kind of just stay in that lane. And I played with it a little bit. And I think as far as like how the performance came along, of course, he directed me. And it's, when you're working with a writer director, a lot of times they don't have as much flexibility in their lines. I tend to see that, but he was still, he was flexible. And I think that when you're coming to the table as a director and as an actor, like you can only practice to a certain point, because when you both get on set together, like your creativity is going to come together and something else is going to be birthed that both didn't even know that was going to happen. So of course there were instances on set where we do a scene and I just, do it a particular way and it was good to go, or he wanted to give me a direction to go in another way and we did that. So I think it was just a collaborative, creative process, and I stuck to the script for the most part. Then, I don't want to jump off of Gaslight, but we have something else coming up together. Now that was like my second, feature with him. And I was like, oh, it's time to play a little bit.
Oh, shit.
She lost her mind. I gave her too much rope. She lost her damn mind.
Hey, that's good though, man. Like I said, y'all did a great job together. Like, really, I can't wait to see the next one because this one was dope, man. And like, even like I said, I owe you $350, but it still was dope.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
It was real good. So like, backtracking to the question with you, Mr. Harold, like, how do you feel about if a cast member like improvs or doesn't, want to do something extra? Like, are you strict with that, or you like if they do something that's might fit, you just leave it in there, or you be like, nah, do what I tell you? Like, how are you with that when it comes to directing?
There's two answers to that. Answer number one, and the sort of professional filmmaker answer is, if it makes it better, if what you're thinking about makes it better, then we do it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
The second part of that is, I got to know you and trust you. If you don't know me like that, don't
test me.
don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Like that.
Don't
Shit
do
like
that.
that. Shit like that.
Yeah, don't do that.
I get it. That's why I wanted to ask, because like I said, when I do mines, I usually tell everybody, you know, do you, like, this is the scene, this is the script, this is what I'm expecting. Do you? But like,
yeah, well, part of it is, you know, I wrote these words because they mean something, right?
Right.
So like people think, oh, I just won't say this, or you know, it comes out of my mouth easier if I say that. But all you know is how you feel right now. You don't know that
exactly
losing that one word
it mess up the whole scene.
messes up 7 scenes from now because you didn't say it a certain way. So
If you didn't, right.
you know, it's important for, you know, if there's any actors listening, sort of a general tip that I give them, is that if you're making a drama, or if you're not making a comedy, stick to the script as much as humanly possible. Stick to the script. All right. If you're making a comedy, you know, I don't really do a lot of comedies, but from my comedy filmmakers that I know, you know, a lot of it is the energy, the improv that might go in, that might not. You know what I'm saying? But in a drama or anything other than a comedy, stick to the script unless you talk to the director or the writer before you try something. Don't just step out on your own. That's the easy way to get cut.
I heard that. Don't fuck with the director. You get your ass cut.
Oh, yeah.
Recast.
Just sliced and diced. You'd be like, I was in that scene, wasn't it?
Nah, you cut. You didn't listen. And you was gonna say
something, but you ain't no more.
You was gonna say something, Melan? You had something to say?
Oh, no. I was just laughing.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say something. But like I said, man, like, the movie was great. Star-studded cast, beautiful. At the end, I just love how you felt like you was like purified from all the stress, the bullshit, loss of your father, finding new love, happy with your friend.
Yeah.
Friend that told your ass that bitch ain't no good.
Like, she made it.
She made it, and she almost didn't make it because you didn't listen. But she was a real one, and she went snooping. She got all the info for you.
Listen, wait a minute. Before you keep saying you did, I want to make it very clear to the audience.
Audience, listen. Who
is listening and everyone who is commenting, I am not Brooke in real life. Okay? Like, why did you do this? She was so dumb on this part. I hated her. And it's like, I meet people after the premiere and they're like, man, I don't understand why you did that. And I'm like, blame the script. Right. I'm like, Harold did that.
Hey, don't put it on me. Hey, if it's good, put it on me. If it's bad, that's on you.
I agree with Mr. Harold. Like, that's when you know you did a great job at your character. People really like feel some type of way about it. We know it's a character. We know it's a written script. But when you portrayed it so well, it's like people, you know, like Ghost will always be Ghost to us. No matter what he do, he's Ghost. You know what I'm saying? Like, he always gonna be Ghost. Mario Harger, we know who you are, but you're a Ghost to me. Even though we seen you in Gridiron Gang and everything else, but you Ghost to us. So like when you embody a character, not saying that's, you know, it's gonna be your embodiment, but I'm just saying, like, when you do a good job, it's like it's hard to, like, for people to be like, yeah, separate. I know it's fake, but yeah, something about it just felt real. There's something about it just didn't feel right.
Well, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, great job. Let us know, man, where we can follow you on Instagram at and future projects. Like, I love to see what else y'all working on. I love to follow you on, see what's going on with y'all journey in the future, man.
Talk to him, Melan. Talk to him.
All right. So my Instagram is Melan, MELAN_Perez. And I got a couple of projects coming out. The most recent one I'm really excited about is Once Upon a Time in the District with Harold. And totally, like, thank you so much for trusting me with this character and the next one, and just being an amazing director. He really takes care of his actors, and I appreciate you for that. And so, yeah, so I got Once Upon a Time in the District coming up. I got a series called Hush that's going to be airing sometime in September with Octech Productions on All Black TV.
Okay.
And another film called Senior coming up. So we'll be shooting this month and I'm excited. So stay on the lookout.
Applause, applause, applause.
Y'all heard what she said.
Big time, man.
That's it, Mr. Harold.
Big time now.
No.
Yeah. You can follow me at Harold Jackson 3, Harold Jackson 3. It's probably, once you type that in, you get a bunch of stuff. I got the film that myself and Melan and a bunch of other actors that I just love, people that's been down with me from day one, and putting them in a position to win and them helping me win is this film, even though it's completely different from anything I've done, it feels a little bit like a family affair kind of thing for me, because these are all people that's been down with me for a minute, plus some new people. It's called Once Upon a Time in the District. Melan's in that, and Danny Gavigan and Ashley Rios and a bunch of other really great actors. So I'm not going to start naming people because I'll forget. Then I got a film that I'm shooting in next month called Million to One, which is a real cool sort of change of pace for me. You know what I mean? It's kind of a comedy / drama. So that's going to be cool. And then, God willing, at the end of the year, I'm rolling into a film called Iceman, which is another shoot 'em up. So it's going to be a crazy rest of the year for me. But I'm down, man. I'm excited. So keep up with me, Harold Jackson 3.
Y'all heard what he said. Yeah, like I said, man, I really appreciate y'all for taking the time out y'all day to come speak to me. I wish my partner was here, but
yeah, tell your boy I said what's up, man. You good?
I got you, man. He did a good job picking this film, and I'm glad he picked it because I didn't expect what I've seen, and it was great. And hope to see y'all in many future things. The Harold, keep doing your thing. Melan, keep killing these roles you get. Shout out to the whole team with the whole project you did. Everybody did a great job. Shout out to the whole cast, crew. The dude with the muscle shirt, my boy was clowning. I don't know.
Yeah. He played my homie, man. He played my homie, but it's all good.
Yeah, man, we appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for stopping by again. I'm the director. The Hood Critic ain't here, but we here, and we appreciate y'all. Y'all check out Gaslight right now on Amazon Prime. Don't bootleg it like me. Amazon Prime.
Yeah. That part.
Like, check it out, man. Y'all stay blessed. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all.